And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
And yes, welcome to the Consumer Quarterback Show. It's all about helping you understand your buying decisions, making you more street smart here on a local level in Tampa Bay and beyond the Gulf Coast region of Florida. We like to educate, entertain, enlighten, but most importantly, we want to engage with you. So save our hotline number, give us a call. We've had an uptick in calls lately. We greatly appreciate those who reach out and support our on-air expert contributors, aka radio TV show partners here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. You can do that by reaching out to 813-750-0550. Call or text the hotline 813-750-0550. And consumerqb.com, of course, is the website. We got a great lineup for you today. Later on in this program, we've got Juan Llanos joining us. He's founder of Devsoft USA, digital marketing strategies to boost your business. He's actually the one who designed our newly redesigned websites as well, consumerqb.com. Check it out, and you can see some of Juan's work. He's going to be on the program. Manny Febre is in the house as well. Febre Frameworks and real estate photographer and doing a lot of other interesting things with drone videos as well as Matterport videos with real estate photography and beyond as well, other categories. And we do have Diane VANCE as well on the program. Fairway Independent Mortgage. We're going to talk about the difference between these local banks, or the big banks rather, the big banks that took the bailout money. They're on all the major corners. They took the people's money, bought all the best real estate in the world, and then they compete for companies like Diane's, who's a company-owned business, mortgage banker that has licensed professionals working. I'm going to let her explain a little bit more of the dynamic there. So why would you want to support those big banks when you can support a local lender that is also a national lender as well, with our top 4 lender in the country? And this segment is brought to you by Veteran Gutters. Brandon Porter and his team do such a great job. If you're looking to add gutters onto your property, talk to Brandon Porter at Veteran Gutters. Let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. Take them up on those special offers and incentives. And the best part, it's American-made products. Veteran Gutters, longtime friends of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, we'd like to feature our listings on the program as well. We got property at 117 14th Street in Bel Air. This is a $1 million listing, $1.2 million, double lot, pool home, gourmet kitchen, jetted bathtub, temperature controlled wine closet, covered lanai, and much more. Great opportunity right here in Tampa Bay at 117 14th Street, Bel Air. This is a $1.2 million listing of ours. Open houses going on as well. Great opportunities. You can see all of our real estate listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
This is God's country.
All right, let's make our introductions. Diane VANCE, Fairway Independent Mortgage. Welcome back.
Hey, good morning, or good afternoon. Good to be back.
Yeah, absolutely. So today we're going to talk a little bit about the dynamic and the kind of the landscape of mortgage lending and where people have, the different options they have.
Yes, I will explain the differences in a mortgage banker, which Fairway is, and I worked for a big bank for many, many, many years, and so I'll explain a little bit of the differences.
Awesome. Yep. That way we let our listeners understand when they make those decisions, they're making it, with their pocketbook, their wallet. they have implications. And, these are folks that are a lot of these big companies, they took the bailout money. They they bought up every major big corner that they can. They're not doing customized, tailored loans. There's a lot of detail that we'll jump into that. Also in studio, Manny Febre back in the house. Febre Frameworks, welcome back.
Always good to be back, Brandon.
Yeah, man. What's happening on your end? What do you want to talk about?
Well, right now, we did a whole revision on our packages, so we made our pricing better. When me and my brother started it, we actually came in and kind of shook up the industry, and we are doing it all over again.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah, and then we have a lot of exciting career possibilities nationwide as we continue our battle to
expansion.
Expansion. So,
nice.
So we're really excited about it, and if you have a job you're kind of iffy on, here's an exciting new job where you get a new adventure every single day. New houses, luxury houses, the beach, and sometimes on your lunch break you get to go take a dip.
There you go. I like it. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's neat when companies kind of reorganize things and they make it better for the customers, better for the clients. Keller Williams just did a reorganization as well with the way that they structure their teams. Dropped it I think it was like $5,000 or $6,000. So just by improving, and I think that's an overall competition thing for the real estate industry. But just by rolling over into next year, our team, we're going to have increased or decreased cost to be associated with Keller Williams, which is pretty cool. Especially when you have the national brand behind you as well. Good stuff. Well, I want to go to Diane and talk a little bit about the mortgage industry, and when people make their choices. A lot of times there's hidden fees. There's, of course, these people on all types of media saying, oh, work with us and you're going to pay no closing cost. And, all these different gimmicks, Diane. Help us sort that out.
Well, it's actually somewhere in the rate or something. Nobody does anything for free. So everybody charges what is called a lender fee, and that covers your processing, your underwriting fees. So when they're talking about paying no closing costs, those are the fees they are talking about. They're not talking about your title insurance and your intangible tax and the taxes you have to pay in the state of Florida. So they're not really talking about all your closing costs. They're just talking about their fees. Now, of course, anybody can do that with an increase in rate. We can do it. Anybody can do that.
Exactly.
All they do is charge you a little higher interest rate or a higher interest rate, and so they can make that claim. We had talked earlier. So Fairway is an ESOP. It's an employee-owned company. It's privately held. And we have been in business for over 26 years, and we are the top 3 lender in the country, just behind a big bank and a national lender that everybody knows. We are and we have not advertised at all. It's all been referrals because the reason we're an ESOP company is because we want to make sure we do the right thing. Of course, we follow the guidelines, those type things and the compliance. But we do what's right for the customer. We do it for speed. So Fairway has a lot of core values that kind of attracted me to them, and the reason I love Fairway, and I get recruited all the time. One of their core values is humility first. We're grateful for what we have and what we do, fostering growth and knowledge, having fun, creating an amazing experience. We want to create an amazing experience not only for our team members, but also for our customers and business partners. So we want to ensure that. Speed to respond is our mantra. That's the big thing. That is the difference, because we are all about speed. We want to get the loan done as fast as we can. And we seek wise counsel, respect, listen, and stay balanced, committed to serve, consistent, honest communication, family focus. So those are the 10 core values that Fairway has. I would challenge a lot of people to look up the core values of some of the bigger banks that you're talking about. But we are all licensed. When I worked at a large bank for many years, we did not have to be licensed. We are licensed, and we have to we do continued education every year. And the difference is that we have a lot of experience especially my team. Everybody's been in the business for a very, very, very long time. So we have a lot of experience. So we can determine what program is best for the customer. Whereas when I worked at the bank, they actually put the worst case guidelines into one guideline. So you didn't have to go out and search for different programs and different guidelines. So the only thing we do is mortgages. That's all we do. We don't do commercial loans. We don't do checking accounts. We don't do private loans. We don't do any of those type things. Our focus is clearly only on the mortgage business and doing mortgage loans for a customer. We're a big retail. We have a very small wholesale lending operation. It's like very small, but ours is all retail, which means that we're direct to the consumer. We don't have any middlemen. We're just like a bank, but as far as going direct to the investors and everybody sells their loan on the secondary market, either Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, Ginnie Mae, or to a pension fund or somebody like that. So there's a lot of different options. So we have all those options that the loan officer can actually see what benefit. For instance, one investor may allow 10 rental properties. The other one may only allow up to 6. So we're able to do that, whereas when I was at the bank, we couldn't go over 6. So because they take the worst case scenarios. and put it into one guideline so that they don't have to do a lot of, you don't have to do a lot of training.
Right.
So that's really the difference. And we have local processing. We aren't in a centralized system where it goes to one center. We have a signed processor, a signed underwriter. So she's awesome. And underwriters, we have a pod team. So if our underwriter is too busy, it just goes to the next one. We're very committed to fast turn times in underwriting. So we just think differently. We want to make sure that it's our customers are taken care of.
I like that. Top 3 lender in the country, DianeVance.com, supporting the local economy as well. She's based here locally in Tampa Bay. And it makes me think about gimmicks in real estate. You hear, like we talked about, you work with us, you pay no closing cost, or we'll pay your closing costs, like you mentioned, and you defined. But there's also, on the real estate side, it's like your home sold in 28 days or we buy it. Well, what they're going to do is make it that low ball offer, a cash offer that you wouldn't want anyways. So if you're trying to get retail, either you're getting retail or you're going to accept wholesale offers. And if you accept wholesale offers, then we've got people that can buy cash as well. We've got lots of cash investors looking for properties if you're willing to take that type of an offer. But I want to go back to your example you made, Diane. Rate. Whenever they play that rate game, they're going to jack the rate up. So, for example, the client could possibly qualify for
a 3 1/4.
Yeah, let's say a 3 1/4, but they sell them on a 4 1/4. So that whole point difference, they're making money in the back, kind of called yield spread. It used to be called yield spread. I know they changed all that up. But the big point is, if even a quarter or a half a point over 15, 20, 30 years, you're paying thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars more.
Right. So the big thing is depending on whatever they're selling. For instance, let's say for a 0.5% in interest rate, you can have $3,000 in closing costs or something like that to cover a portion of your fees or closing costs or whatever. So it's all in the rate. There is nothing for free. That's
right.
Something that we all know. Rates are all determined by credit scores. That is what the interest rates are determined by today. And when people do say they pay their closing costs and things like that, any lender out there can do the exact same thing. It is not a special program. It's just somebody's advertising it as a special. It's just like your deal, Brandon, where they come in and they'll pay cash for your house, but you're not getting that great of a deal.
Yeah, and to take that a step further, too, when you look at the different gimmicks, so we talk about rate. Some of these other real estate companies, they'll offer like a super low percentage, list with us for 1% or whatever they have, these different gimmicks, right? But when you read the fine print, what it says is that, you have to work with us on your next deal. You have to buy with us. Plus, you got to use our title company, our mortgage company, which they're going to make a lot of money on from those things. So they have all these different deals out there, but they advertise that one little bright and shiny, carrot that makes it look like such a great deal. But it's really not when you look at what all they're doing on the other side of it. Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of different gimmicks that we've ran or I guess they're gimmicks, I would say, but advertisement creation. But yeah, you're right. They need to read the fine print and get more than one opinion. Then, I mean, if it's too good to be true, what your mother said, right? If
That's
it's
right.
Too good to be true, it usually is. So you want to make sure you research those things when everybody else is, charging normal fees. Research, make sure you get a professional that you can actually talk to and make sure they go through it with you so you're not stuck in a situation that you don't want to be in.
That's right. All right, Diane Vance, Fairway Independent Mortgage, support the local economy. By the way, we had an uptick in calls this week. We greatly appreciate it. We actually had an interview going with Thomas Young from Cons Helping Cons, Free to Serve, helping to reduce the recidivism rate. And we had a caller call in. He sent me this feedback. He sent me a text yesterday. He said, Brandon, I just want to let you know we had a great call. Caller called me and said that he is willing to pay for notepads, and he meant like iPads, electronic tablets for the prisoners that are getting out, and then also he's going to give them free Wi-Fi so that way they can communicate, try to keep their jobs. So I thought that was really cool. Whoever that is, an anonymous listener out there. So thank you. If you're listening, you know who you are, and that's awesome. And so we greatly appreciate everybody reaching out to the Consumer Quarterback Show, the hotline, 750-0550. Call or text that line anytime, 750-0550. And when we come back, more with Diane Vance. If she can hang out with us, you can comment as well. Manny Febre Frameworks in the house. We're going to talk about real estate photography, some of the packages they have, and entrepreneurship in general on the program. Plus, we have our feel-good story of the day. This is a local story out of Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers rookie cornerback. Secretary of Defense allows Cameron Kinley to pursue NFL career. Find out about that and more from our experts right when we come back. We'll be taking a short break and right back here.
Thanks for listening to My Daddy's Show. For more information, go to consumerqb.com.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
My friends, when choosing a listing agent to sell your home, their track record is critically important. Dennis Prager here for Brandon and Lindsay Rhymes, owners of Platinum MVP Team at Keller Williams Real Estate. They're consistently rated by the MLS in the top 1% of all Tampa Bay realtors, and that's a big deal. Brandon and Lindsay are always among the top realtors in the state. Call them today at 813-750-0550.
Find them at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
Selling commercial or residential property? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rhymes. Reach me at 813-670-7372 or platinummvpteam.com.
My name is James DeJerome, and I produce the Consumer Quarterback Show for Brandon Rhymes. The Consumer Quarterback Show is a team, a group of like-minded professionals who partner together to provide our audience sound advice, knowledge, and information to make them wiser consumers. We work with all types of business owners and aggressively promote our local economy. We're currently conducting interviews for our expert contributors. If you own a business or know someone who would benefit from the exposure our show provides, please contact us at 813-750-0550 or online at consumerqb.com.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP Team. We greatly appreciate you spending some time with us here on your afternoon drive time. Maybe you're watching this video on Apple TV, Amazon, or Roku, or our streaming services. We greatly appreciate you spending some time with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Great lineup for you today. We're talking about mortgage and real estate updates. We're also going to talk about real estate photography and website, digital marketing coming up as well on the program. So we got a great lineup for you on the show today. And let's give a shout out to Discovery Golf Cars. Seems like a lot of people are getting these golf cars these days. You know, I love taking the dogs out for a ride or just cruising around the neighborhood, saying hello to the neighbors. There's recreation or commercial uses for these golf carts. And Golf Cart Depot, aka Discovery Golf Cars, they've got the Easy Go, the Star EV, Cushman. They offer new and pre-owned, and you can also rent or buy, and they offer financing and mobile repair. DiscoveryGolfCars.com. Make sure you let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. And we like to feature our real estate listings, so if you have a property that you'd like to sell, we can help you maximize the exposure by featuring it on our syndicated program on 85 different outlets worldwide. 1200 Gulf Boulevard, number 1805. This is a beautiful property, Meridian Condo on Sand Key. I believe we've got an offer coming, maybe two offers actually coming on this property right now, but 1200 Gulf Boulevard, number 1805. This is a almost 4,000 square foot penthouse. Looking for my VIPs, my executives, some might say the ballers out there. 1200 Gulf Boulevard, number 1805. Gulfside balconies. You also got views of the intercoastal waterways and the beaches. 1,100 square foot terrace with gazebo. Of course, private parking and storage. Resort style amenities. I mean, you got everything here. You got pool, barbecue area, billiards room, an awesome reception greeting area if you want to throw birthday parties. Great opportunity. $2.67 million listing of ours at 1200 Gulf Boulevard, number 1805, Meridian Condo on Sand Key. And you can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
Somewhere sunny and 75.
All right, so in studio we got Manny Febre Frameworks in the house. So Manny, talk about the business decision. So you guys are talking about business and how to reorganize, and you know you're doing a lot of good things. You're growing the business. So you came in, and a lot of realtors, you know, if like 7-8 years ago you weren't around, right?
Yeah.
So 5 years now, you guys are the market leader in Tampa Bay. I mean, you probably have the most market share of any real estate photographer that I know, that I've heard of.
Yeah, I mean, at this point in the state of Florida, I say we're building a pretty strong market share, and we continue to grow. I mean, in a business, you can't basically just stop and stop innovating your business structure. You got to make it better for the customer. So we started doing customer portals. We started making our prices better, and what we did, we basically made it easy. We made it a one-stop shop where you have three packages that include the Matterport. You got the Mac Daddy packages, and it's really just, we give you unlimited photos for the photo session. You can pretty much reschedule and cancel at any time. So we're very convenient. We give you all those amenity shots with a lot of the resorts and stuff like that, where a lot of people charge. So instead of nickel and diming, we're trying to make your experience better. And then we're also wanting you to succeed in your industry. And I think with the professional photos and then everything else that we offer in a whole, we make it easy for you to sell the homes faster. And I mean, it doesn't take a lot nowadays because the market is so on fire. I mean, I was just talking to my buddy the other day, and he says he had 40 offers on a house in Land O'Lakes, and I was just like, wow.
Yeah, if it's a certain community, you know, square footage wise, certain community, it's going to see a lot of offers. I almost feel like we need to stop saying how easy it is, because so many people, like I talk to expireds and FSBOs a lot for sell-by owners. They're like, oh, well, you know, they start thinking, well, I don't need a realtor. Well, you know, there's a lot of problem properties too, or different deals that happen that aren't so easy. But yeah, to your point.
Well, I mean, the way the professionals make it look is easy, and that's you guys that sell the houses. Now, if you want to do it on your own, you're gonna struggle a little bit, because you got your contracts, you got, you know, your mortgage lenders, and now when you actually have a realtor to guide you through the process, you're gonna end up getting the best deal and the
home
most
inspections.
money. Yeah, the home inspection for everything, and you know, also your appraisal, and I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. So yeah, it's not easy, but because there's so many people coming to Tampa Bay, you know, that we definitely, you know, there's a lot of people wanting to live here, and we're getting and I think we were voted, like, now, because Miami was usually the best city in Florida, but I think the Tampa St. Pete Metro actually got the number one.
Business Journal.
Yeah, the Business Journal
just put that out.
Yeah, so I mean, we're growing fast, and I mean, we have a really great city with great sports teams. I mean, who wouldn't want to live here? I'm happy that I'm a Tampa native, and I've been able to see the growth with this city, and it's impressive.
The free state of Florida, you know, it all starts with the free state, the governor up there keeping us free. And yeah, definitely the Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater, Bradenton, Sarasota, Palm Harbor, Brandon areas, just so many different places. Whatever flavor you like, you could be a little bit more rural out you know, East Hillsborough County. If you want to be on the beaches, great, go live in Dunedin, Palm Harbor, or on the beach. So many ways that you can have a great experience here in Tampa Bay. So yeah, that is affecting it. You've got the migration patterns that we've talked about. A lot of sometimes you hear it called refugees, you know, so they're leaving blue states, coming to red. So you've got that. I want to go back to, so we're talking with Manny Febre Frameworks here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I want to go back to some of the innovations that you like that I noticed. One that I noticed was you send these automated texts now that says, hey, John Smith, your photographer is on the way. Your photo session has begun. Your photo session has ended. So that way, you know, it lets us know that we can update the client. You know, hey, by the way, the photography was just done. We should get that back within 24 hours. They're going to professionally edit that. That's another great innovation.
Yeah, the process that we wanted to do is we wanted to make sure, like, I kind of liked the Uber model where they would kind of say, hey, they're picking up your order. They're on their way to your order. Hey, they're almost there. Like, I really wanted to take that and run with it. And once I saw them do that, I was like, okay, well, everybody likes to know every step of the way what's going on. So now it even is through the processing, the processing as far as editing. Now you can see, oh, my editor started my house. Oh, it's done with the house. We're ready to go.
It's like when you got a Grubhub order coming in. Oh, the food's almost here. You start
you're telling everybody, you're like, oh my God. Then they forgot your sandwich. You're like, darn it.
All right, coming up, more with Manny Febre on the other side. Diane VANCE, Fairway Independent Mortgage on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Secretary of Defense allows Cameron Kinley to pursue NFL career. That's our feel-good story of the day. Follow us online at Brandon Rhymes1 on Instagram and Twitter, Consumer Quarterback Show page, and of course, we're all over YouTube. We'll be right back.
This is Chris Voss, former FBI lead hostage negotiator and owner of the Black Swan Group, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, Michael, let me know if you are good to proceed. She is.
I'll ask a question or somehow bring Diane so you can comment on like the photography or the real estate side of the business, something like that.
All
Get you involved. Okay, cool. All right, Jose.
All right, everyone, please stand by.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show. We love spending some time with you on the radio here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, helping you win in any marketplace. Save our hotline number, anything you hear on the program. That's why we created this show as an interactive program where you can reach out and get connected to 50-plus show partners. We've got so many different ways that we can help you here. Save our hotline number, whether you need a connection to an attorney, a CPA, financial advisor, great mortgage team, of course, all types of wonderful real estate services, marketing services. Reach out to the hotline right here locally in Tampa Bay. These are folks that we've vetted. They've been on the show. Many of them been on the show for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years now. We'd love to help you. 813-750-0550. All you have to do is call or text that line, 813-750-0550, and also consumerqb.com, consumerqb.com. Chad Irrigation for all of your irrigation needs. That's the company you want to work for or work with. Victor and his team over at Chad Irrigation. You can access lake water, of course, well water, and attach to your city water. Chad Irrigation, they did a great job on my property, and you can trust them to do yours. Reach out to Victor and make sure you let him know the real estate quarterback sent you. All right, we got a hot property listing here in Tampa Bay. This property, it's a great opportunity to own a body shop. Gill's Body Shop is available. 1602 East MLK is the address. It's a corner lot location. Gill's Body Shop, 45 years in business, and this is a property that just has all types of added bonuses. You've got a corner lot, large building. You've got a buyer base, a client base that's going to be 45 years of customers coming in. Lots of cash. This is a cash money, off the books type business. 1602 East MLK, Gill's Body Shop. And you can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, so we got our real estate connection today. We got Manny Febre, Febre Frameworks, real estate photographer, Diane VANCE, Fairway Independent Mortgage as well. And Manny, I think you mentioned you may have a question for Diane.
Yeah, Diane, I got a lot of friends that they have their primary residence and they're looking to make an investment. They're looking to turn it into a rental property. What's the best thing they can do, or what do they need in order to turn their primary residence into a rental property? Maybe do a cash out, refi, or a heat lock to continue to grow, because we know the real estate here in Tampa is always appreciating. So it's almost good to hold on to your property. Yeah, it's good to sell it as well, but a lot of people are looking, hey, let me hold this primary residence, let me rent it out, and then let me buy another one.
Yeah, that's a good question. So there's a couple questions there. One is that if they refinance, so you can only have one primary residence in a 12-month period of time. So if they're refinancing, they're going to want to refinance their new property as an investment property, if that's what if that's their plan is. All they would need to do, but let's say they don't want to refinance, and they just pull an equity loan to pull the cash out to buy another property. They could do the same thing. Primary residence, of course, primary properties, I've had a lot of people that have already refinanced and they have a very low interest rate, so they've decided to go ahead and pull equity out to be able to go ahead and purchase investment properties. So if they want to move out of this property and keep it as an investment property, their primary home, all they really need is a 12-month lease, and it will offset the payment that they currently have, and then they can go ahead. So a lease would actually be dated within 60 days of their closing date. So when they're all approved, ready to go, all they need to do is, and trust me, they'll lease it right away. As long as it's dated within 60 days of the closing date, then that payment will actually be, that payment for their current mortgage will be offset by that rental income. So depending on if they have other rental properties or not, because it goes by the experience level. If they have other rental properties, then they can actually use that as income as well. So when you have a lease that's coming in, what the guidelines state is they'll use 75% of that lease, and that offsets your current payment so that you can go ahead and buy another primary residence. But they can either pull the cash out by doing an equity loan, because a lot of people have already refinanced. So that's what I'm finding most people are doing, of course, or they could go ahead and refinance the current property knowing that, they're going to use that as investment, go ahead and refinance it as investment, and then go ahead and buy a primary home. And I have people doing that.
I'm sorry, Diane, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to tell you, so when they do this, do a lot of people put it in an LLC instead of having it under their name? So when they actually do get the rental property, are they putting it in an LLC? Is that better for you?
That is probably a good for an attorney. I think we had an attorney on the show last week, I want to say. Yep. But that for primary, LLCs are very difficult to get a mortgage on.
Gotcha.
So you have to sign primarily privately anyways. So go ahead and close in their personal name, and then maybe contact an attorney when they have their investment portfolio built or whatever, because sometimes it takes some time to do things like that. But that's an actual question for an attorney that actually deals in LLCs. They could probably give them the benefits but as far as lending goes, it limits you to how much and what the interest rate is. It's a very limited investor ratio for that type of a situation on an LLC. When you close in your own private name, that's not a problem. Now, of course, a lot of people own their homes. You were just talking about that they want to move out of their home and rent out their current home. Of course, they could, if they wanted to put that in the LLC once they buy their new home, that's fine. The current rental property once they make it into a rental property. So there's a lot of different options there. But for a new property to purchase as investment, they want to purchase it in their personal name.
Okay. And then it all goes by experience, I guess. So the bigger portfolio you have of houses under your personal name, the more the bank's willing to lend to you.
Well, it's no more credit. So what we use is we would use their tax returns for if they have experience. We would use their tax returns, or if it's a new property, or if they're moving out of their current property, departing their current property and renting that out, we would just use the lease, and we use 75% of that.
75% of the lease.
Lease amount.
All right, good stuff.
So that offsets their current payment. So when they go to buy a new home, then that payment is usually pretty well taken care of or close to it.
Yeah, and some of these questions, too, would be great for our accounting partner, Tax Pro of Tampa Bay, Michelle James, Tax Pro of Tampa Bay. And we've actually done some videos on this on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. We spent about an hour and a half together talking about different strategies on buying real estate through LLCs, how to structure that, how to, even getting into asking the owner to hold paper, or you can do some really unique creative deals there as well. So check that out on our YouTube channel. Brandon Rhymes Realty is the name of the YouTube channel. 1,200 plus videos on that channel now. Manny, want to ask you one more question, and then we got to wrap it up here for this segment. But we had talked earlier about the photography side, so you're helping realtors. What other lines of real estate or photography are you doing outside of real estate?
So we're also doing a lot of Matterport for commercial businesses, because a lot of people, they kind of want to get a glance of what they're actually walking into. So a lot of barber shops, little retail spots. They'll have us do Matterports, and they'll put it on their Google or something like that, and people can see, oh, this is what the store looks like. This is what I'm walking into. And then we've also done Airbnbs. I mean, that's pretty common right now with a lot of people. I mean, because with Airbnbs, you do one photo shoot, you can continue to use that over and over again. And it really benefits them, especially if you get like the Mac Daddy package with the videos and everything. It's on the beach. I mean, especially these beach resort areas. I mean, it's really hot. But if you're at your current job and you're unhappy, give us a call, because there's a lot of career opportunity out here for you to get out, be out and about, be able to take pictures, interact with a lot of people, see some really cool areas in Tampa Bay and the whole state of Florida. So give us a call.
All right, good stuff. Diane Vance, Fairway Independent Mortgage, DianeVance.com. Thank you very much. Appreciate you joining us. Manny Febre Frameworks. Check them out online as well. The website, FebreFrameworks.com.
Yes, sir.
All right, good stuff. FEBRE, FebreFrameworks.com as well. All right, we're going to take a break here. When we come back, we've got Juan Llanos in the house. We're going to talk digital marketing, website creation, a lot of different online strategies on the Consumer Quarterback Show, plus our feel-good story of the day about this Buccaneers rookie, Cameron Kinley. He gets a chance to pursue an NFL career thanks to U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin. We'll be right back. Short break.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hey, Brandon Rhymes here. We are looking for real estate investors. We've got a new relationship bringing us a tremendous amount of off-market real estate investment opportunities. So text the word investor to our hotline, 813-750-0550. Off-market real estate investment opportunities. Text investor to 813-750-0550. Brandon Rhymes here, Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, looking for real estate investors. Send us a text. Hey, Brandon Rhymes here for Cleaning Commandos here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Cleaning Commandos are hiring, and they're offering competitive wages, flexible hours, relaxed atmosphere, and a sign-on bonus. Reach out if you'd like a career with the Cleaning Commandos here in Tampa Bay. Info at cleaningcommandosllc.com or call 813-750-0550, 813-750-0550. Cleaning Commandos, Consumer Quarterback Show.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty. We always like to tell you something good. Here's a feel-good story, local feel-good story for you.
Tell me something good.
All right, so you got a Secretary of Defense, Cameron Kinley, allows Cameron Kinley to pursue NFL career. So this is a Buccaneers rookie. Cameron Kinley gets a chance to pursue his NFL career. U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin announced Tuesday. Kinley tweeted in a statement that's saying that he was extremely appreciative of Secretary Austin's decision, that he is excited to represent our fine military in the National Football League. Kinley, a graduate of U.S. Naval Academy, had previously been denied by Acting Secretary of Navy Thomas Harker, was also denied a chance of appeal, was not given a reason why, but Secretary Austin approval of a plan that will enlist Kinley in active ready reserve during his football career. The 22-year-old will get the chance to earn a roster spot with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at training camp. Then he has a full commitment. Then he has to fulfill his commitment to the United States Naval Academy after completion of his football career. So much like the basketball player, the most famous example of that is, what was his name? Dennis, not Rodman, but forgot the guy's last name. Roger Staubach did it, as well as the tall basketball player. I forgot his name. But anyways, we have Juan Llanos making his debut. Welcome in.
Yeah, glad to be here.
I pronounced it wrong again. Janos.
Janos.
Okay. So, founder of Devsoft USA, digital marketing strategies to boost your business. Tell us a little bit about your business.
Absolutely. So we are a boutique development shop. We like to call ourselves a boutique because we're a smaller dev team. We believe in producing higher quality than quantity, and we are only limited to taking a certain amount of projects per month. That way we can just really focus and do our best with our clients. So we've been in business going about 3 years. Prior to that, I was a freelance web developer, just working with different businesses. I've also worked with a lot of different top 100 corporations, such as some of the big names out there, doing some data engineering, and that's mostly been my specialty is analytics and data. That flooded over to me getting really curious about digital marketing.
Nice.
And just really becoming an expert in that realm.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Digital marketing. There's so many different areas of digital marketing. What can you outline? Like, what are some of your core?
Absolutely. So, digital marketing, it is broad. It encompasses any form of online marketing efforts, which would include, websites, mobile apps, lead generation, social media, email marketing. We specialize mostly in our mobile app development and also web app development and also websites that we do. We do some lead generation for a few companies out there and some social media marketing. I'm actually working on building out that team so that we can further expand on that line of business.
Yeah, building out the team. It seems like it's a challenge for a lot of business owners looking to grow and expand to find good help. Are you seeing that challenge as well in the labor pool?
We are. However, given the the dynamic of our industry at the moment, there's a lot of remote workers.
Oh, good.
So I have been able to work and build a remote team, and that's been pretty successful. So I have, some guys out of state, some guys in state, and it's just allowed us to just work extremely efficiently. And
nice.
Allowed me to grow in that manner.
Yeah, that's awesome. If you just joined us, we're talking with Juan Janos here. He's the founder of Devsoft USA. Again, a local company. Support the local economy by supporting the show and our show partners. Digital marketing strategies to boost your business. Let's pull up. Can you pull up our website too there, Michael? Can you pull up consumerqb.com just to kind of give an example for folks watching the TV side? Consumerqb.com is our website. And so you helped us redesign, and what we want to do on our website is put up our expert contributors, their announcement cards, some of their information. We want to have some of the shows linked there so people can watch some of the most recent shows. So tell us a little bit about, like, when you look at a web design process or project, what are some of the key ideas that you're thinking about?
Yeah, so that's basically coming from the UI design piece of a website, which is what the user will see when they reach your website. They don't get to see none of the back end code and none of the stuff that goes on in the background. They're just worried about what it's directly in front of them.
Yeah.
So working with your website specifically, there when we first started working with it, we did notice there was some clutter areas.
Yep.
There was the menu needed some reorganization, just kind of improve the flow of the user experience, and just allow the user to easily intake that information you're trying to get out to them. Right, because literally you just have a few seconds before a user can get frustrated with your site, and they will just drop off. So that obviously wouldn't help any lead generation efforts or any as far as grabbing their attention. So small span of time before you can actually grasp their full attention, and you want to take advantage of that by having a friendly layout for the user.
Yeah. Simplicity sells, complexity repels, and people are reading almost like they would read a newspaper, right? So it's top left across, then the middle, they're kind of scanning left to right, even if it's on a website. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And another thing that we did on your website is, like you mentioned, is the video content on there.
Yes.
So, just by, bringing up some stats, websites that do contain video content will produce 50% better results with organic ranking with the search engine.
Wow.
So, you have platforms like Google that are rewarding, the video content. Also across social media, video content is just, key. And it just allows for a better user experience. Users prefer to learn about your brand through video content.
Right.
So having that as a part of your website just it gives you that additional boost and credibility, and helps build confidence with the consumer.
Yeah.
As far as doing business with your brand.
Yeah, absolutely. So if folks are out there listening, they've got a small business or maybe a hobby that they want to expose and get out there. Maybe it's a local artist or something along those lines. Those are people you're looking to do work with?
Absolutely. We're working with currently I have anywhere from small business clients to mid-level business clients. I work with many businesses here in the Tampa Bay area, and we've been really successful with transforming businesses where, when we first work with them, they're a bit antiquated. They don't have many of these systems in place.
Right.
And, I would say the website is just a small piece of it.
Yeah.
But it does root from the website, right? Because when you're doing social media marketing, you're doing, Google marketing, you're ultimately leading the user back to your website, and
Right.
you want to increase that traffic, and that's where the transaction is going to take place. Whether it's an e-commerce site or just an informational site,
Right.
that's where the contact form is going to be. That's really the end point where you want to get them. So
Yeah.
everything stems from the website, but there are additional elements that are required to piece around the website in order to be successful.
Right. Click to call, one of the most basics. Still every now and then I'll see a website and I'm like, clicking on the thing, I'm like, why is it not taking me to the number? Oh, there you go. There's a problem.
Absolutely, yeah. And then the convenience, right? If I can't, I'm not going to spend the time to copy and paste that phone number into my phone. If I can just directly click it, I may just get frustrated and drop off.
Right.
So just making it extremely convenient for the user to engage with you, and that is extremely important for anyone, with any digital marketing website out there, any website out there.
Yeah.
Also, ensuring that your website is mobile friendly, right?
Mobile friendly.
We're more so consumers have evolved to being more on their mobile device than on an actual PC.
Yep.
Which is part of the evolution of consumerism and how people are buying things.
Yeah.
It's just I'm going to go straight to your website from my mobile device. So if you have a website that's not mobile friendly, it's going to be pretty hard to navigate that, and you're most likely not going to continue your journey with that.
Yeah, we're talking with Juan Llanos here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Devsoft USA, digital marketing company right here in Tampa Bay, local, and again, a show partner, support the local economy. Let's bring up your website. What is your website, by the way?
Yeah, so our website is devsoftusa.com. Pretty straightforward. You can go on our website, take a look at possibly some of the clients we've worked with in the past, and also you can see some of our work. We have also our social media as a part of that website, and then you also do have the ability to just schedule a call directly from the website with us, and what I like to call is a discovery call, and it just gives me a chance to better understand your project.
Yeah.
I like to take the time and better understand the business that I'm going to be working with before I do any development, or before we get down to business with code or anything like that.
Yeah.
We need to have an understanding and make sure we're aligned on that vision, and that usually has to come from the business owner.
Right.
To collaborate with us on that effort. So
yeah. Absolutely. I love it when we have, for example, one of the attorneys that just joined our program as an on-air contributor. She takes those videos, puts it on her website. So now you're getting all these backlinks. You're getting shared credibility from the radio stations. So it's pretty cool to be able to do that.
Absolutely. So also with the video, there's a lot of repurposing you can do with that video, right? So, you can turn that into infographic. You can transcribe the video and let's say, roll it out as captions on a, Twitter or whatnot. You can just rip the video off and just make it an audio, like a podcast type of deal. So there's just so much that you can do with that to kind of ensure you're getting ROI on that investment.
That's awesome. All right, good stuff, man. Thanks for joining us in studio. Check out Juan's website, devsoftusa.com, if you'd like to take him up on any of those offers for that introductory consultation, that little session where you can kind of say, hey, here's my vision, here's what I'm trying to do. Thanks for coming in, my friend.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate
and we
it.
want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Be a force for good in the community. And we'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.